Alright, today I thought I'd do something a little different. I'm going to listen to a Taylor Swift song. I have never heard Taylor Swift, so hopefully that statement doesn't offend anyone. Alright, I'm going to put Taylor Swift Greatest Hit into Perplexity. Okay, so it's listing a bunch of tunes. It says Shake It Off, Love Story, Blank Space, You Belong to Me. I'm going to just go to this first one, Shake It Off. Alright, let's check this out. Okay, that's just a rip-off from a hit I grew up on. Oh, Nikki, You're So Fine. Who wrote that? It's like, let's look that up real quick. Let's listen to this drum beat on Oh, Nikki, You're So Fine. This is almost exactly the same. Check that out. There's Taylor Swift's tune, So Fine. Yep. So that's where they got that intro. I think Stravinsky said the great composers steal. So there's an example, Taylor Swift ripping off that drum beat. Okay. So it starts on A minor. Just goes to C major. That's what people say. Goes to G. So I think we're in G. So it goes 2 minor to 4 major to 1 major at the beginning here. I say I'm too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. Okay, cool. One thing I'd point out right away is that she's using the minor 9 on the 2 chord, which is really a nice note. Great choice. That 9, that's great. And then that 9 becomes the major 7 on the C major. That's what people say. And then just to the root on the G major. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. Okay, it's repeated now twice. Same 2, 4, 1. That's what people say. But I keep cruising. So it's the same chords. Now she's just changing the melody from the root down to the 5th. And then that root to the 5th becomes the 6th to the 3rd on C major. And then 9 to 1 on the major. Okay, still same chords, A minor. Same chords. So just changing the melody again. So 5, 7, 1 on A minor to 1, 9, 7. It's nice. And then she's going, let me see. So she's going down a major pentatonic. Okay, good. Down the major pentatonic for each of the chords. So A minor. And then on same exact melody on C major. And then the same melody on G major. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, 9, 3, 1 melody on the G major. Okay, that's probably going back to the beginning material again. I suspect there won't be any more written material. That sometimes there'll be an interlude. I'm lighting on my feet. Okay, I just cut out some of that because it is exactly the same thing, but there is an interlude. It breaks down.
Hey, just think while you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats of the world.
Spoken word over the drum beat from the intro. So it's probably just going to go back to the tune or just to the chorus. Just to the chorus. Okay, let me just fast forward a little bit. So chorus just vamps to the very end. Okay, so that's the tune. Very simple. It's like 3 chords and 3 melodies over those same chords, roughly. The repetition of the harmony just being 3 chords over and over for the entire tune really entrenches that sound in your mind, and then having 3 different melodies so it actually sounds like there's more going on than that creates a very hypnotizing sort of and easy to understand melody. As a jazz musician, a song like this would be mainly a teaching tool to help show the theory of diatonic harmony to a class and say, hey, look how effective a song can be just knowing 3 chords. One thing I'd like to point out is I brought up a chord chart for Bohemian Rhapsody written by Queen. This was one of the most popular tunes in the decade of the 1970s. If you look at how many chords are within this song, it's 30 or more. It's much more like a jazz composition or even a classical composition in terms of the complexity of the harmony. Taylor's tune is also very effective and great with just 3 chords. I just like to point out that, a tune can be successful and interesting with a multitude of chords, as in Bohemian Rhapsody, or just 3 chords. Traditional blues has 3 chords. So it's a really good starter song for someone to learn. And then it would be a good tool for improvising in that you could use that G major pentatonic that the melody. You could use that G major pentatonic over this entire form, over the A minor, over the C major, and over the G major to improvise. So you could learn to improvise using this progression. Or you could just use the G major scale, the Ionian scale. All those notes are going to work great over this song. So it could be a really good entry point for a young person to learn to improvise. I think as an older jazz musician, the only reason you'd play something like this would be to kind of get the audience on your side. The downside as a jazz musician would be, of course, that improvising over 3 diatonic chords for a long period of time would be not super inspiring or interesting, but obviously it's not the purpose of the tune. It's a very effective tune. She uses the 9 on chords, which is beautiful, and the major 7 on major chords, which is also nice. And she also used the major 6 on a major chord. Great. She used both the 4 and the 5 and the 3 and the 9 and the 13 on the 1 chord. So really all nice upper structure notes. So the melodies are pretty. It's well written. All right, that's my 2 cents, which probably no one wanted to hear, on Taylor Swift. Hope you enjoyed that. See you on the next one.